way to the ancient ruins, and we parked back a bit. You can't see, but there's a shepherd taking the sheep somewhere. We are pulling in one of the most amazing monolithic structures, and you can drive right up to the gate with no one here.
Big cliff down there.
It's right on the top of a hill surrounded by cliffs, so obviously safety was a big concern even back then. Robbie, this is thousands of years old at least. We've just gotten out of the car. The size of these blocks are very impressive. It looks like the famous lion gates in the ancient Greek city, pre-antiquity. You have a look. I believe this was a fortress overlooking the valley, and you can see the cliff face down there. Wonder if parts of it collapsed. You can see it. The edges seem to be leveled out over there. So they must have leveled out the edges over there.
You can't get that.
What do you think, Robbie?
Can I walk down there?
Not off the edge anymore.
Look at the size of the wall. See, look at these rocks, how they carved them.
Robbie, get back here.
I will go up.
That is an impressive wall. I believe there was 3 forts along here, or 3 towers around the forts. They got pretty good joins here, eh? For 2,500 years ago. It's their entryway into the fortress or tower or civilization. Would have been, I don't know if they were arches then. It does look like a bit of an arch wall here, which was interesting. It's older than the Romans. Perhaps that was something done earlier. There's a big hole here in the middle. More ancient wall up here. Looks like parts of it have fallen down the cliff. We walked to the edge of the cliff. You can see what would have been the main entry wall over there. They really picked a fortified spot, didn't they? Right here on the edge. And then you walk down and it's surrounded on 3 sides by cliff. It's actually a bit around. All these different areas have been levelled out. Where they'd go down there and have stuff made. I've just come down onto one of the flats over the cliff, and you can, behind me there, you can see an ancient staircase, 2,500 years old, which I just still use to get down. So below us here, there's the buttress. It's like all done. There's a staircase here. We can see the walls failed up there. It's led into intruders who are attacking with rocks. Little hidden path there. See that? There's even a building down over there. Might not be able to make it out on the video. There's another terrace down there, and then one further down again. No doubt they would have used it for something, considering they've terraced these down here. There's the bullies up there. And that looks a bit like a natural rock, but you can see just over here there are stairs that lead up? There's a little walkway here. What is that? Well, I guess that was a wall there. So they had a wall along here, overlooking there. Wonder if that was a bit of the ancient pathway up to the fort here. You go up there and then you can protect yourself once you get up. I guess over those thousands of years a lot of things have changed here and a lot of rocks are given away. There's pointy terraces the whole way down. Could be much bigger than I thought. Wow. It's a much bigger area than you appreciate. So I've changed my archaeological reading of the area. It was much bigger than I originally thought. The terraces go all the way down along the ridges there. So there must have been continued inhabitation, at least by some portion of the population. Something was going on there a long time ago. And then the strongest part of the fortifications were on top. Anything here? Wonder if that was carved out a long time. Well, that's actually better than I thought it would be. You can take some time and appreciate what's here. This really needs like a 3D model that people can look at on Google Earth or something, because there's a fair bit here. It's hard to appreciate it all because it all is on the edge of the cliff. Going up another 2,500-year-old staircase carved in. Here's another wall carved in. Got a wall here and another flat area. Look at that, that's impressive. A wall, and there's a path around to the main gates, I would guess. So someone, or many people, carved these rocks and made a staircase thousands of years ago, and I'm about to use it again. Thank you, sirs and ladies. So this was home to an Illyrian tribe who traded with the Greeks and then started speaking Greek before the Roman Empire was up and running. And they had that valley to overlook and no doubt farm and use the resources from, and then live up here in relative safety. Got more terraces here. They lead up to the giant protective walls there. That's no doubt the main enforcement area. Let's go have a closer look. That was good. No. Say it again. No. Nina said it's amazing to think how long this wall's been up here in the elements.
You just can't comprehend, you know, like it's like 1 year, then you've got 100 years, and you've got thousands and thousands of years that wall has just been there, day in, day out, through all the elements, through everything.
Where's nice
It's
rocks?
still there.
Where's nice rocks, Mum?
So through the main gate, there's a big depression straight away. And we don't know, it could have been flat thousands of years ago. Nina hypothesized that They could have kept the animals in here if they brought them up and put the horses here or something like that. Hey Robbie, come stand over here next to the rocks, next to the wall, so we can see how big they are. So this looks like well, the entry wall here would have been a tower that's since gone down the hill. But you can see how big the wall blocks are. I wonder where the quarry was they got them out of. Or maybe just all around. Or still here. Yeah, well, it's meters across thick that they filled up the tower with. There's terracotta all over the ground here. Now, I don't know how old it is, but they would have had terracotta roof tiles at some point.
Are you touching it, darling?
Feeling the history.
Has touched these.
It is cold, isn't it?
And I put the wall.
And you're fixing the wall. This here in my city. Keep out your naughty intruders, Robbie. I guess that's how they would have been. It's quite interesting. You look up from here. If you look up here, maybe they used the whole field out in front. It's all flat. The wall's quite skinny where you're standing, so they would have funneled people through the main wall. So it wasn't just a gate, there would have been a wall behind you as well. Joe? So the main wall here, but you can see it actually, you can see the pattern in the ground where they built more and more stuff. You can't see it from ground level necessarily. You can see lines running out. No, leave the rocks, leave can't, come on. See, it's all flat in front, and right in front of the town there's a lack of big rocks, so it makes me believe they've cleared this path, because you look further over, it's just all rocks everywhere. But in front of the town it's all cleared, relatively cleared of big rocks. You can see the like as that's the east tower, and then the west tower over there, main entry. You can see there's more walls over there. You could spend a good day here looking around and planning out what you wanted if that's what you like, which I do. I could, but we've got other considerations.
Fix the wood so it's nice and tough.
You can see here up close to the wall there's a rock missing, or
These rocks are
probably
not
shattered.
tiny or
No, they're not tiny, are they? Probably shattered and fallen down in front. But you could easily, 3 people sit in there. Oh yeah, here's like a more of a broken one that shattered over time. Probably the same things happened. But it is phenomenal. Some stairs here down to the grand entrance. The rocks are even smoother at the city gates. I'm surprised. I thought arches weren't around back then. I have to look it out, but it looks certainly like there was an arch coming down to here. The main gate, it's fairly thick. I wonder what else they had it set up. But Even on the outside here, you had a giant wall there, and there was no doubt another wall in front here. And so to get into the main city gate, you had to curve around an entrance and then come in over the gate there. It had the edges all mortared, flat. If you ever get the chance, it's one of the best ruins to see, at least easily accessible in Europe, because there's no one else here to bother you. You can just walk around and enjoy. It doesn't cost you anything. No one trying to sell you anything. You can just picture what life was like. Reading on the sign back there, they have found bronze helmets and bases of statues. The city was burnt down in 50 BC and it never recovered.